on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. New action from the Pentagon. 800 veterans will get honorable discharges after a review of those affected by the old don't ask, don't tell policy on sexual orientation. CBS's Jim Axelrod.
They don't have to go through any process of applying for a discharge upgrade. It's just being done. So this is a critically important point. A lot of veterans we talked to said that the process was so onerous, so confusing, it felt like it was stacked against them. And now you're going to see this sort of automatic change. All they have to do is request new paperwork.
Now to Georgia, a key presidential battleground. CBS's Natalie Brand.
Voters waited in line in the battleground state of Georgia Tuesday as early voting got underway. This is a very important election.
We're really a critical state in that election, so I feel honored to be voting.
Former President Donald Trump, who still faces charges of election interference in the state from 2020, plans to rally there tonight, while Harris, campaigning in Michigan today, will continue to try to boost turnout among black men.
A judge in Georgia ruled today that county election officials have to certify the results by a legal deadline, even if it's thought they were mistakes or fraud. Donald Trump's campaigning right now in Chicago.
We're about growth. She's got no growth whatsoever, and we're all about growth. We're going to bring companies back to our country.
In North Carolina, some new numbers weeks after Hurricane Helene from Governor Roy Cooper.
As of today, the task force number of unaccounted for people is 92. The task force, law enforcement, and other partners will continue working to locate those who are unaccounted for.
Cooper's Republican lieutenant governor, who's running for his job, is suing CNN. Mark Robinson has denied CNN's story that alleged he made explicit racial and sexual posts on a pornography website. Lawyers for 100 survivors and relatives of the deadliest shooting in Maine history are suing the Army and a hospital for what they say was a failure to stop and act of the reservists who carried out the attack. CBS's Nancy Cordes says 2 giant pandas from China are now in the U.S. In a matter of weeks after a quarantine, folks will get to see them at the National Zoo in D.C.
The new pandas, Bao Li and Xing Bao, are adolescents, 3 years old. And from what we've seen so far, they are just as furry, floppy, and roly-poly as their predecessors.
And checking Wall Street, the Dow is down 118, the S&P down 22. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 65 degrees in Fairfield, California.